Assalamu alaikum, hello and welcome to The Atlantic Podcast. My name is Ali Hussain and today we have an exciting lineup of discussion, stories and insight centered around the automotive industry and Automechanika as well. And I'm thrilled to be joined with two incredible guests today, Mr. Gazi representing Automechanika.
Hi Ali, thanks for inviting.
Thank you, sir. And from Atlantic Grease and Lubricants, I'm honored to have their director, Dr. Jawad.
Hi Ali, thanks
How
for
are you, sir?
inviting.
I'm
How are you
good, sir.
doing?
Thank you. Get us started in the conversation. I would request our guests to please give us a brief introduction about themselves. Dr. Jawad.
Hi, my name is Jawad. I'm part of Atlantic Group of Companies. I'm
Great.
working as a director there. So Atlantic Group of Companies is into manufacturing of lubricants,
Yeah.
greases, additives and FMCG products as their
Mhm.
core business. At the same time, we are into petrochemical and polymer trading as well. So it's a family-owned company.
Mhm.
I'm part of the third generation and we are into the business for the last 60 odd years.
Oh,
So lubricant being the core of the business, so it brings us here with the Automechanika team to discuss, to interact, and that's here we are.
that's good. So, Mr. Gazi, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Gazi Bilikozen and I was born in Istanbul. I was an exchange student to the US.
Yeah.
I've studied my high school and university in the US. Then I worked in San Francisco in logistics industry. Then I worked in Istanbul and then in Dubai in logistics industry. In between, I also did my MBA in service quality within logistics industry. And since 2008, almost 17 years, I've been with Mr. Frankfurt Middle East office, heading Automechanika Dubai, Riyadh shows.
Oh, that's great. That's great. You have a very long journey coming
long
up here.
time.
Well, since you are representing Automechanika, one thing I would like to know that how this Automechanika came into life. Tell me the journey from where it started.
Well, Mr. Frankfurt as a company is actually representing more than 872 years of history. There was merchants from Ascoli, from Italy, were invited by the Roman Emperor at the time and was given a seal of letter of protection that they could travel from Ascoli all the way to Frankfurt without any harm. So we have that actually written fact and the letter itself. So that's how it all started with Messe Frankfurt, where the Automechanika started back in 1971 when IAA, the passenger vehicle show, was not going to take place, was cancelled due to economical issues. The aftermarket still demanded a show. So that's why the 1971 was the first Automechanika broken out of IAA. And out of that, it started holding a show every 2 years.
That's
Since
great,
then,
that's great.
it's a long time.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So, Dr. Jawad.
So just to add to what he's saying, I mean, when you go to Frankfurt these days
Yes.
and you ask them where you have to go to, Messi is known as a very common name now because of that event, and the whole city runs around the Messi Frankfurt event. So it's become, I mean, that's kudos to the event management and how they've taken it over the years. So it's become such a common name. Even every taxi driver knows what is Messi Frankfurt and what sort of value it carries to the whole city itself. So
It's partially owned by the state, partially owned by the city.
yeah.
It's a government entity, obviously, and it is intertwined within the city. The economy, actually, what it brings to the city, to the state of Essen, and it's amazing to see that in 2014 you started with 9 square meter. You were one of our initial smaller clients, but then you have grown so much over the years.
yeah, that itself was in a
Success
way
story.
It's a story on its own, and if you go back to that story, I mean, we will discuss it later as well in that thing, but it's sort of a thing which for us it's a very interesting start when we started our journey with
You can share it. You can share right here because I'm very curious now how it started with the 9 square meter booth and now it's a very long. I'm just while you are explaining the things, I'm just focusing like you look like following Automechanika wherever they are going. You are going after them.
They are like for us like a GPS tracker.
Exactly.
When you're going on a path, you're going with the GPS. You reach the place faster and quicker rather than, I mean, you're going there and after a long distance you're taking a U-turn and then trying to find your way. For us, we treat it as like a GPS tracker in our business systems where we take it and then we know our way where we're heading with that.
Sounds very interesting. Actually, it actually goes both ways. Within let's say 2016, 17, we've realized that increase in our exhibitors from oils and lubricants section. Well, at the time that was not even a section. So in 2018, we have done a product highlight of oils and lubricants, which was, as you know, in Automechanika Frankfurt, oils and lubricants was part of the repair maintenance section. So it was never broken into a separate section. So in 2018, we did a product highlight. In 2019, we made it a section. And it's actually now the third largest section within the show. And it's growing so rapidly. So we are really happy that you're supporting us all this while.
Oh, back to Dr. Jawad. Sir, I would really like to know that how your journey actually started. That from the 9 square meter booth and to this kind of booth that we are exhibiting nowadays.
See, you really want to know how it started then. Just to put it simple words, we really messed up in that time with the 9 SQM booth when we started with the Automechanika. In fact, for us, our first interaction was a day before the event. Then when we went to the hall, we see the whole setup and the grandeur of how everybody was getting prepared for these things. And the first thing which struck to us was that, we messed it up.
It's okay, it's no problem.
So it was, then we had to make, so we are so underprepared, so we have to do our emergency, whatever measures we can do at that time to set up the booth in this just short span of time. And as they say now, in the current memes, how it started and how it's going, we should put both the before and after. If we see the comparison, it's going to tell its own story. So it was a basic 9 SQM booth where four or five of us could hardly fit in, to getting 1.5 islands with the show and going places with the show. So that story in itself has got a lesson in its own as well. I mean, if you can, there's always a next year, there's always a next time to come back and do perform better, and it could go bigger and better from any point of time.
I'm amazed to know that he just started as exhibitor a day before the event. He didn't know
it's never
about
too late.
Never too late. Never too late. It's another story as well.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot that it takes to make a successful event, such a huge event, Automechanika. But we also know that things don't go always exactly as we planned. So you both must have some kind of behind the scenes stories to tell us to our audience. That I'm sure the audience will also like it. Will also wanted to know that how things are going behind the scenes. Please.
You're right. I mean, of course, when visitors come through the doors, everything looks really clean and nice, right? And just like Dr. Jawad said, the day before, everything is in shambles, everything is in dust.
True,
before the master cleaning, you won't even see the holes really good. Once the master cleaning takes place, you see everything shiny. So it's just the beauty of it. And the best part is hearing the buzz during the show. When you hear that, exhibitors, visitors interacting non-stop, it just brings, goosebumps to your skin. I mean, when I tell to my family as well, it's like within 3 days, we build a city. And then in one day, we break it down.
True, very true. It's a very nice way to put it, but that's how it is.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So, Dr. Jawad, do you have any kind of behind-the-scenes story to tell our audience that how things you planned that time and the things what became after that? You liked that thing, but it appears after that it was not into your consideration earlier, but after that it was like, wow, what a great thing we have made up.
See, we always try to put different things in the mix. As always, certain things work out well, certain things doesn't work out well.
Yeah.
At one point of time, we started with that strategy that we will make an event a memorable event for our visitors. So in that year, we had on a booth a photograph taken with the visitor, with the background of the booth, with the Automechanika event, and printing and giving them as a gift, as a souvenir there. Nice. So it worked out really well. So on the other areas, other events, we tried a few things, but at the end of the day, it didn't work out. So there are a lot of things. I mean, as Ghazi mentioned, a day before the event is very stressful. Yes. You're not sure whether you're going to meet the deadline or not.
Exactly.
And you're getting warning messages. You have got 1 hour left. You have to complete it, and then you are under stress to complete it. You're calling the contractor. You're calling your things to arrange everything, and when it turns out right, it makes you happy.
Let's talk about the significance of Automechanika. Ghazi, you are into the Automechanika. You have a very long journey. I would like to know, could you please shed some light on the importance of Automechanika for the automotive industry and for the companies like Atlantic Grease and Lubricants?
Well, our mission as Automechanika Dubai is to be the reflection of automotive aftermarket industry in the wider Middle East. And I say wider Middle East includes Africa, Middle East, Indian subcontinent, even Central Asia. These are the visitors, main visitors that we receive from, main buyers that we visit from this region. So in the case of we also have another mission that we're going to be representing the transition within the automotive industry that's coming up. That doesn't happen in every century. That there's such a transition that will change the way we see things. And for the last 20 years, it's keep changing. And we don't even know what the future will look like in the next, let's say, 20 to 30 years. So it's very exciting to be part of the transition. And we see that as our main mission is to be the reflection of that transition, to be the right way to the key buyers and consumers.